Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Influential Women Podcast. I have the youngest person so far to be on my podcast, Miss Mikayla Lerch. Welcome, Mikayla.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm excited to have her. And she's just like the cutest thing ever.
Oh, thank you.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, aside from school, I've honestly just really tried to immerse myself in Pueblo as much as I can. But it's funny because when I graduated high school, I was so gung-ho on getting out of here. And I was like, I've lived here my whole life. I want to leave. I gotta go. But then I had some really amazing opportunity to stay and go to Colorado State University Pueblo, so I did.
And now you are this CSU-Pueblo student body president.
I am.
You're kind of a big deal.
I have enjoyed having this title for sure, but more so than anything, I'm just a student like everyone else, and I'm trying to make sure that I can give every student the best possible experience at CSU Pueblo, and that's kind of what we're shooting for. But it's so nice to have a second term because honestly, you spend like the first almost year just trying to learn as much as you can. And with the pandemic, I was in student government before I became student body president. But there's only so much you can learn about the university from like an online platform. But
so you're holding that title for a second term?
Second term.
Wow. Now, are you the only one to...
I am the first woman to have 2 terms at CSU Pueblo.
That is so incredible. I am so proud of her, and I feel like she's my daughter, and she's not, but I'm just so proud of you. That's amazing.
Thanks. I'm really excited for it. The second term is actually going to give me and my team the opportunity to actually initiate some change. We have some really powerful initiatives in place. So a few big ones is obviously diversity and inclusion, but food insecurity, housing insecurity, mental health awareness, and just student engagement. So I think this is a really exciting time to have a second term because our university and the community and the world really is going through this revival period coming out of a few like very trying 2.5 years. So I'm excited to see what's happening, but there's a new life to the campus, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
I love it. Now, you're getting ready to graduate then, yes?
Next year.
Next year you'll be graduating, so you have 1 year left.
Mm-hmm. So I'm a social work major, so I have to do field work my senior year, so I'll be doing that with the probation office downtown.
Okay.
So I'll be doing a lot of case management there, but minor in leadership studies and legal studies, and then law school after that.
Law school? You're kidding.
No.
Really? Well, where are you going to go to law school? That's amazing. You're so driven.
Thank you. I want to stay in state if I can. And so DU is kind of my top one that I'm looking at right now. I'm very fortunate to have been able to build a lot of connections at a local level, but a state level also. So I want to be able to maintain those and go to law school and figure out what the heck I'm doing after that. I don't know.
Well, I know whatever you put your mind to, you're going to be amazing at.
Thank
you. I admire how driven you are. Like, what? Have you always been driven at it since a young age, or?
Honestly, yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I've always just tried to seize every opportunity that I saw. I mean, as funny as this is, and I don't say this to be like tooting my own horn, but I've been president since 5th grade.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. So you've been in student council since 5th grade as president.
I was president in 5th grade. I served as like the student council representative, which was what it was in middle schools. I went to Connect. And then I was class president freshman through junior year. And then I was student body president my senior year. Wow. Freshman, sophomore, I was in student government, but I was a senator. And so when I was finally eligible to run for president, I did junior and now my senior year.
I think you just need to be the first president of the United States as a woman. What do y'all think? I mean, you've been president since 5th grade. That's your tagline.
I know. I don't know. I just went for it, honestly.
You just like it. You're a strong leader.
Thank you. I have a really big philosophy on leadership. And it's not so much, I don't think, your ability to encourage people to follow you. I think leadership is your ability to help others find the leadership skills in themselves. Absolutely. And so that's always what I try to do in my team. I'm so thankful to have such an incredible student government, but also a great campus and a community. Pueblo has so much opportunity for people to build their leadership skills in a variety of areas. And if I can be that vessel and that connection for people to find their passion and their leadership skills, and that's when I'll know I've done something good.
I love it. So back in fifth grade, sorry, I'm going back to fifth
Yeah.
grade. Did you used to like make poster boards and hang them all over the school?
I did. Big white poster boards that said Mikayla for president, and I had to give a speech in front of, I don't know if it was all the fifth grade or the entire school. I don't remember, but I had to walk on the podium and say my speech at Cedar Ridge Elementary and say why I wanted to be president.
I love it.
It was fun. It was a good time. So I've been giving speeches for a while.
Yeah, you have. I need to hear you speak. Or you spoke at the graduation ceremony the other day, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Good for you.
Look at that. That was fun. My very first speech that I ever gave, well, honestly, I'm going to backtrack. I think I credit a lot of my ability to, or not my ability, I credit a lot of the connections I've been able to make to Senator Leroy Garcia, because when I was a junior in high school, he really took me under his wing, and I helped him with I met so many people, and he had me take on so many leadership things. I was like his lead volunteer coordinator for his re-election campaign, but I mean, he really just he introduced me to everybody. He took me to everything, invited me to everybody, and that's why I met President Mote, and that's when he connected me with a lot of people at the university. And that's how I ended up going to CSU-Pueblo.
Isn't that crazy how connections really lead you to the next path in your life?
They do. And honestly, that's what I hope I can do as student body president, because I've had people just take me under their wing and connect me with all these people. And being a Pueblo native, it's so much more helpful to know who's in the community and who's doing what and who's where. And you have conversations with students, learn their story, and you're like, hey, have you heard of this opportunity? Let me bring you to this. That's the whole point of college, right? Is to kind of navigate where you're at with things. But even more so, I'm trying to immerse myself back into the high schools and let them know of the opportunity that's at CSU-Pueblo and in Pueblo in general. It's nice to be able to have, Pueblo gives you a really good foundation to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I have a lot of good things to say about Pueblo, but I'm very grateful and blessed to be able to have the opportunity that I have had because of the connections that I've been able to make. So hopefully I can pay it forward and keep connecting students with various opportunities too. And
she's a doll. I want to put her in my pocket. She's so stinking cute. Now, what high school did you go to?
I went to Pueblo West.
Sam? Okay, so she's a cyclone. It's always, when you say you're a Pueblo native, you have to ask that next question. I'm a county girl.
My mom went to county.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she went to county. She's a Hornet. We always joked about it because of pigskin. Yeah. Because I would be a cyclone. Oh, yeah. And she'd be rooting for West, but she'd be rooting for this county too.
Right,
like,
deep down, like you always have.
Yeah.
I was class president at county, but I was never like student body since fifth grade. Jeepers.
They all got their roles. Everything's important. So
absolutely.
It's fun. Although student government at a university level is so much more different than high school.
I'm sure it's like a full-time job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I learned that very soon. Balancing 3 jobs and 15 credit hours this past year probably like...
Where do you work at?
I worked at Brews Ale House.
Oh, okay.
I'm a host there. And I've been there for 2.5 years, I think. Okay. 2 or 3 years.
We're there all the time and I don't even see you.
My availability was a little slim this year. Yeah, just because of everything. I was having meetings out the wazoo, but I love it. It's really cool learning about higher education, but everything that goes into it, like the strategic planning, the financing, the auditing, it's just there's so much that goes into it, and you wouldn't think. I didn't think at all of anything that I learned, but then I finally did, and it was like, wow, it was really cool actually. So, but it's been fun.
It seems like you have a lot of success everywhere you go, but I also see that it's because you take advantage of those opportunities. What's something that you're the most proud of out of all of your success that you've had so far in your young, lived 21-year-old life?
Well, I'm really big on facilitating culture and community. Those are kind of my cornerstones, is how do you bring that into everything that you have? Like, how do you facilitate a positive environment? I've done a lot of community services and events, but I will say, I have to say the most recent one that I'm the most proud of is creating an event that I recently did on campus in March. And it was an initiative that I've been pushing for since I became president. And it was really just giving the students a space to dance and have a good time. And it was an initiative I wanted, not for me, but for them, because you are reading the campus morale, and it was low. Obviously, it was low everywhere with the pandemic. And I wanted to be able to give them a college experience. I wanted to be able to give them memories. I wanted to be able to give them a chance to meet new people. And so it was called the Party Gras, and I will, I am just proud of this because it turned out to be a huge success, and it was one of those moments where I really took a risk, and that's when I really learned the value of taking risks, because it's so easy to be complacent and just kind of stay within your comfort zone and not take a risk. Well, maybe this won't turn out. Let's not do this. But it actually, we budgeted for 100 people, but 250 students ended up showing up. It was the best event of the whole year. It got awarded Project of the Year,
Oh, wow.
and the students just really had a great time. And it was just awesome taking a step back and seeing that you put on an event that students could have that culture and community and have that experience. And it's something that we desperately needed, and we hadn't had at our university in a really long time because of COVID. So
Well,
just to be able to
kudos.
do that was great for me, just in the position that I'm at the university, but also just, and we opened it up to the community too. So there was students and then their friends that may not have come here, but they got the chance to see what our energy and what our
So
culture is
bringing
like.
other people into the university. Now, you know, I don't go to college anymore. Obviously, I'm real old. What could we do as a community to help support the college? Is there
Oh my
something we
goodness.
could do? We need to collaborate a little, something to.
There's a lot. Right now, I'm going to be looking into partnering with CareNsure to get.
Mhm.
We just recently had a food distribution event through our Student Veterans of America student organization on campus, and they brought in this big mobile market. It was a whole bunch of fresh produce, and students got to come and just get as many bags as they wanted. There was endless amounts of food. There were so many. We got turkeys and hams donated from Walmart,
That's
and
awesome.
food insecurity is a big thing, I think, on our campus. So collaborating to see how we can get care and share every other month on our campus is huge. There's also, like, how do we provide adequate housing for our students who may not want to live in the dormitories, or um, um, like on off campus? How do we connect them with like safe housing in the community? How do we give them like a safe college going experience? So we're not really like Pueblo's not necessarily a college going town like Fort Collins or
Yeah.
Boulder.
Right.
But so how do we create events within the community where students can still feel immersed in our Pueblo community and not so separated from
On the hill.
on the hill? Yeah. So if there's ever any, as we're coming out of this period, I'm trying to see how many events are in the community that our students can come to. How can we provide them with community service opportunities? How do we connect our students with like internship opportunities, volunteer opportunities? So just bridging the community and campus gap, but also really looking to, yeah, address food insecurity, some housing insecurities, but just really give them like what Pueblo is, and it's so much more than I think what people view it as.
Absolutely. Now, what's been a setback in your life where you're like, this didn't go my way? What am I going to do? This is not how. What's been one of your largest setbacks, and how did you overcome it?
I think it was honestly becoming so big. Like the first time I was elected into being student body president at CSUP, that was a huge milestone for me. It was a leadership opportunity where you really were a significant leader, and you had a team that was looking to you to direct them to where to go. And it was hard for me to navigate this because, where there's a lot of transition going on in the department where that was supposed to be my support. And so it's really difficult. It was really difficult for me to give the resources to my team to be successful when I didn't have the resources I needed to be successful. And it's really not on any one person. It was just kind of a very tumultuous time of, this person left, this person came in, they're leaving, this person's coming in. And all of them, I was trying to ask each person that came through, how do I do this? What am I doing? Because, I asked former student body presidents, but COVID, right? So they were limited on what they could do. And so when you are thrown in this new position and then you're expected to lead this team and you're like, I don't even really know what's going on, honestly. And it's hard to even admit that, right? When they're looking to you for help and you can say, I don't know.
I don't think
So
there's anything wrong with saying I don't
it's
know.
hard.
Like, honesty
Right.
is.
And I had to, I had to come to terms with that. It was just like, I don't know. But the best part of that setback is really giving yourself the motivation to know. So you you just learn. So I had a bunch of meetings. I tried to learn everything I could about student government. I tried to delegate and give my team the resources they need to be successful. But that was a huge setback because I felt like I didn't get the chance to really set my team up for success. And I blame that on me. Even though I know that it was kind of a position where there wasn't a whole lot of structure and especially coming out of a pandemic and the people that were leaving and so it was a lot of I don't knows and a lot of people telling you like, well, this is how student body president is, or this is how you be a leader, or this way. And I just had to come to the fact where it was just like, I'm just going to be the best version of myself that I can be, and I can't concern myself with what fulfilling other people's versions of myself. Mm-hmm. It has to just be me, and I just need to take that and run with it. So, so that's why I'm grateful. I feel like I'm kind of having a redo per se, because now I know what's going on, and now I know where the university's at. I know where the CSU systems are at. I know where the community's at. And I could finally start doing something, and I can also just set my team up for success and give them the resources they need to be successful leaders, because everyone has potential. And so now it's just finding the best way to utilize everybody's strengths and building on their weaknesses. And now I have a chance to really grow my team and build a culture and build a community. So I'm looking forward to that.
She's so good. Isn't she good? You're good.
Thanks.
Who's been an influential woman in your life?
I'll have to say my mom, for sure. My mom is the happiest, brightest human being ever. And
so that's where you get it from. Because I feel like you're the happiest, brightest. But your mom beats you, huh?
My mom beats me. Oh, for sure. I mean, she will make friends with someone in a Walmart bathroom. The best part about her that I admire her so much is she makes people feel so good about themselves. And that's so beautiful to see. And it's like, when you see that one person, even though my mom may not know the person, but to have that impact on somebody and just see how my mom makes them feel so good about themselves or makes them feel welcomed. And she always is, I mean, like she used to be a substitute teacher at Pueblo West High School. And all the students would call her Mama Lisa because she's mom, but she's like a mom to everyone, really. So I try and take how she builds that positive environment, and it's really inspirational. But I admire people for how you can make other people feel. And you could do a whole lot of good in this world, you could do a whole lot of change, but how are you making other people feel? What's the environment you're creating? Because you could pass a whole bunch of legislation that will be really good, but are you a good person? Are you a good person? And my mom is such a good person, and so I try and emulate her positivity and the way she just welcomes people and how people gravitate towards her. And she's just a big ball of energy that you just want to be around all the time. So
I'm sure she's so proud of you. So proud of you.
She's very supportive.
One of your favorite memories together?
Me and my mom? Oh my gosh. There's so many. But my mom and I have we'll do this, it's like we call it retail therapy. Because that is a thing. It's for sure a thing. Yeah. Yep. So we'll go to Starbucks and coffee. We'll go shop. We'll have like a little girls' day. And those are always my favorite memories with her because I get my mom to myself and we can just go do whatever.
Because you have siblings?
I have a little brother.
You have a little brother.
He's a freshman at CSU-Pueblo. So, no, but we have fun. But we used to have tea parties when I was little, really little. And those were fun. But my mom's my mom has been documented my whole life. Like, also, if anyone knows my mom, like, she's always there with the camera, the video camera, she's there for everything. She's made every single speech, every single event, every dance recital, every single one. I mean, my mom has not missed a single moment of my life, one time, not once.
And how do you think that's affected your life to where you are today?
It's my family in general, like my mom especially, but my family is so supportive. And being able to have that rock and that foundation is definitely helped me to be where I'm at today because they've always encouraged me to do whatever I wanted to do. They've never made me feel bad about, not doing something or doing something. They're always just wanting what's best for me, which is what parents do, but they're having that support system is huge.
What was the last thing your mom got mad at you for? I want to know some dirt on Mikayla.
Probably not cleaning my room. I'm busy. I'm so busy. And my car is dirty. My room is dirty.
Oh, so you're like my husband. You're like a secret slob that nobody knows about.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, jeepers.
Yeah. And it's like, because in my car,
you're giving me anxiety.
Closets. I give myself anxiety with that. Honestly, I just pretend that it doesn't occur there. But I mean, so I'll have my car is pretty much, it ends up being a closet because I have like 3 different outfit changes throughout the day. Like I'll have a business casual meeting, then I'll have just like class. I don't want to go to class in like a pantsuit, you know.
So you're
I'll
always
change that.
dressed for success, and no matter what situation you're in. I love
Gotta
that.
find the dress
You're my
code.
kind of girl.
Gotta find the dress code. Yeah. So yeah, and then I'll have my like work outfit for Bruce. I'm like changing everything, and then I get home and I'm like, yeah, I'll clean that out later, and then I don't, and I'm like, I'll clean that out later, and then there's just like a bunch of clothes in my car, and I'm like, oh, I probably should clean this out now. But that's
Well,
just
that's
a busy
the
girl
worst
on the
thing.
go,
Yeah.
man.
And that's what I say about my husband. If that's the worst thing about him, I could probably live with it. But I'll like go and clean his truck out, and then
Yeah.
it's a slob the next day. I'm like, I don't know why I just spent 4 hours cleaning this thing out.
I'm trying to be better about it. I actually just like, well, my room's even like more trash now because I'm taking all the winter stuff out. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. And all the spring clothes and the summer clothes are coming in, but now it's just a mess.
What
But
are
it's okay.
3 words that best describe you?
I would say social, for sure. Big extrovert. I love people. I love talking to people. Social, I would say, introspective also. So I really try and think about, I'll reflect a lot. I've been doing that a lot this past year about like who I am, who I want to be, what I could be better on, and just thinking about like how I am and how that may affect other people, or like making sure I'm checking myself to make sure I'm really being the best version of myself, and always thinking about how I can improve. So I would say social, introspective. I would say and energetic. I'd say energetic. Yeah, my boss at Bruce the other day told me that I'm like one of the loudest people he's ever met. Which I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I am. I have no volume control. I really don't. Yeah, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Just
You are who you are.
yeah. But yeah, it's fun. I love working there though. But it's been fun. But yeah, those would be the 3 words.
What are 3 dreams that you want to accomplish? Like 3 bucket list things that, you're so young, your canvas is so empty right now. You know what I'm saying? You get to paint whatever picture you want. What does that look like for Mikayla?
I definitely think I will be in some sort of political realm, doing something, whether it be at a local level or a state level.
We need you at a local level
I'll
for
see.
sure.
I would honestly, I'm so open to coming back to Pueblo, but something where I can really, really do some change, and think about what that is. So something political.
We have a lot of women running this year in political. It's
awesome.
fantastic.
It's so cool. I love it. I love it. I'm like, yes, do it. Well, I recently met, this is off topic, but I'll get back to it. Polly Baca. She was the first Latin American woman to be a U.S. senator. And I sit on the board of governors with her, which is oversees all the CSU systems. And she is that woman is remarkable. She's so freaking cute too. But she's done so much. Was like a civil rights activist. She met Cesar Chavez. She walked with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for his walk to like March on Washington.
Wow, so she's real old.
Oh, but she's done like a whole lot. She's so cute too. But yeah, so the stuff that she's done is just so inspiring, and it's like, yeah, you were the first one to do that. That's so cool. And then like seeing how many firsts there are is awesome. I think second on my bucket list, I don't know. I want to travel. I want to travel.
Where's the one place you have to go?
Oh, for sure, Italy. Yeah, but we're actually going. Me and my family are going at the end of May.
Good for you.
Yeah, before I start my internship. So we're gonna go for 10 days. It's like a grand tour of Italy was what the program is. So we're gonna go really see it. But I'm yeah.
You're gonna have so much fun. You're not gonna want to leave.
I know. That's what I'm worried about.
And the food is so good.
So but traveling for sure, and that's honestly why, like, I've thought about taking a gap year. Because I just want to, I have been so busy my entire life, like, so.
You'll go crazy though.
I think I will. That's why.
But maybe you should do it.
I don't know. That's what I.
Okay, so politics you want to get in.
Politics, travel.
What's the third?
Honestly, I don't know.
That's okay.
I think just wherever life takes me, whatever the third item on my bucket list would be, it would just be surrounded by good people. but that's not something I can.
Well, I know you're going to attract good people just because of your personality, so I'm not worried about you ending up in around people that you shouldn't be around.
Thanks. I don't know. It's a very, going into your senior year is such an exciting time, but it's so nerve wracking. Because you know that in a year you're gonna have to figure it out a little bit. It's okay to not know, and it's okay to not know. But for me, like, I need to know. That's my problem. It's like, I need to know what the heck I'm doing. And I've put off studying for the LSAT right now just because I don't have the mental capacity to start it yet. I mean, I've only been like a week or two off school. So I'm giving myself the time and the space to just live life for a little bit. Because I start my internship with El Pomar in June.
Wow, you're going to make so many amazing connections through that. Congratulations. That is going to be a fun internship.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'll be working with their Emerging Leadership Development Program, so really building leadership in nonprofit organizations and within other areas of the community, focusing on like minority groups and strengthening them as well. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen.
That is such a big thing, like bigger than I think you realize.
Thanks.
Like that's going to take you places just being involved in that.
They're an incredible foundation. Yeah, I'm very honored to be able to have been selected to be an intern with them because I'm just excited.
Congratulations.
It's gonna be fun.
But do you have any advice for seniors? It's their last year. What advice do you give,
for college?
Yeah, for college.
I would just say, I think the best advice is to just give yourself some grace because that's the advice I've been giving myself is like, you're getting through the year. There's, I think just take advantage of the present is what I'll say. I'll say it like that because you have the rest of your life to be concerned about the future. It goes by so fast. I can't even believe I'm about to graduate next year because I feel like I should still be a freshman in high school running track and doing
you're a track girl?
I was a track girl.
So you run. Is that what you do for like self-care? What do you do for you?
Well, so that is something I've been working on this past year. My self-care was pretty much just like getting coffee on a whim with a friend or trying to schedule in some time to like socialize. But
you have to schedule your socialization?
Pretty much, yeah.
Huh.
It's busy.
I see you just social 24/7, but I guess like meaningful ones that, you really
where
want.
I'm not like, I can have this time for lunch, then I have to go to a meeting, or I have to go to class, or I have to do this event, or I have to speak this. So, but recently, I just got a massage at Pure Spa. I did. It was wonderful. Good. And so I signed up for a monthly membership.
Oh, they got you.
Wow, they got me. I said, this is what I need. So,
good. But that is so
like
good.
A monthly. That is literally like, I think I just needed to be time alone. Just straight alone. And that is
not talking.
Yes.
I'm listening to Will Smith's book right now, and he has the same problem like you and I, because we're very extroverted, we're people pleasers, we're social, and we don't know how to do silence. Like we don't know how to like turn things off.
Yeah.
And not do anything. But it's so important to just take that time.
Yeah. So that is what I'm doing because I can just completely not. Because I used to take days where I would just go out of town or go to Springs or Denver, but then I would just be like distracting myself with like either eating or shopping, which is fun. I'll still do that, but it's so nice to just literally just lay there and relax and not have to think about anything. So I'm gonna start doing that. That is like my new journey to self-care. But I do also think it's super important to prioritize mental health. So I see a counselor regularly, whether it just be like something minor or just tough things to go through. It's so nice to be able to have someone there for you who's kind of an outside person that gets to know you with like unbiased opinions and they just help you navigate through challenges that you're unsure of. I'm such a huge pro bono, like make sure you.
How long have you been doing that for? Or what made you get started?
Since August.
Okay.
Honestly, it was like when I became student body president because I put a lot of pressure on myself and I was like, I want to be in the headspace that I need to be in to be the best leader that I can be. And there were just a lot of like things happening in my personal life where I was trying to navigate. I couldn't navigate that and then also try and fulfill this role. So I was like, well, I got to do something about this. And so one of my mentors on campus actually encouraged me. She's like, you need to go see, her name's Marla. She's like, you need to go see Marla. I said, okay. So I signed up and I've been seeing her since August. And honestly, she's helped me through a lot. Just building on myself and figuring out how to navigate things and honestly. And CSU-P is so great about because it's the university. We have like a counseling center.
Oh, so if you're a struggling student, or not even just struggling, just,
Need someone to talk to. Yeah, you can. And we have a lot of counselors there. They're super huge on mental health awareness, and I think it's so important.
When it's May, it's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
yeah, it is a thing.
So I can't even imagine being a college kid going through COVID, and most of your college experience so far has kind of been stripped away from you.
It was, yeah.
But now you get to make the most of it where you're at now, and you as president get to kind of help others, make the most of their last couple of years.
We're gonna, and I'm really excited. We even have students that are coming to me and saying, Mikayla, I have this idea. Can we do this? Mikayla, can we do this? How do we do something like this? And I love seeing students get excited and want to take initiative to do something. It's like, heck yeah, let's do it. I'm going to give you the resources you need to do it, but I'm going to take a step back. I want them to do it.
Absolutely.
And so that's why
that's a good leader. You delegate and you let other people come up to their leadership abilities.
Yeah, but it's going to be great. I'm so excited for this year, and honestly, it's going to be a good year. But I'm excited to see, what comes into life for me. I don't really know. I thought I wanted to do criminal law. And then I interned at the DA's office, and I saw my first dead body, and I said, nope, I'm good. I cannot do that. But I can appreciate people that do. Huge respect. But I cannot desensitize myself like that. Like, it was... I just worked, I helped with, like, putting all the witness testimonies and the reports and stuff together in this big old binder, but the criminal law is not for me. Property law, I interned with the property lawyer, not for me either. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what kind of law would I want to do? I don't really know.
Like family law.
I thought about that too. I always wanted to be a child advocacy attorney. And then I've had a lot of internships, but I interned with the executive director of the Child Advocacy Center here in Pueblo. And then I took a family law course, and that is still something I might be interested in, but it's so hard and it's so heavy. It is. And it's so difficult to be that immersed in someone's personal lives. And it gets so complicated, and I think I would just, I don't know, I have such a big heart, I'm such a huge empath, and I think I would just go home really sad every day just because of the stuff that you'll have to work through. But also, I mean, aside from that aspect, it's a great aspect of law, and it's very much needed. But absolutely. I think I don't know. My dad wants me to go corporate law. I don't even know if I'll be an attorney.
We could use you. Yeah, we could use you. Yeah, we need a lawyer. Yeah.
Let me know in 3 years when I pay 3 or 4
done.
years.
You have a job waiting for you. I'm offering you a position. You got corporate law.
That would be
for
fun.
Snooze Mattress Company.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, don't forget me.
I'm not. I'm gonna have you actually sign a contract so nobody else can swoop you up.
I don't even have my JD yet. I'm like, okay. I got a job. It's okay.
That's all right.
That'd be fun. I would love to work here.
Music. What's the song that is like your jam or represents who you are?
So every time I'm going to a big event, or I'm getting ready to say a big speech, or I'm going to something huge or something fun is happening in my life, I listen to Get It Right by Diplo. And it's a song that is like, no matter what happens, like, I'm gonna get it right. Like, no matter what I do, I'm gonna get my dreams, I'm gonna go after it. And it's really it's a very uplifting song. It's just like something where it's like, yeah, like, no matter what happens, like, I'm gonna try and get it right, and I'm gonna just try and, like, maximize and do my best. It's what it is. It's like a do your best song. And
I'll have to listen to it. I don't think I've ever heard it, but I love your positive outlook. It's so important to surround yourself with positive people, and I need to hang out with you more. Yes. Even though you're so much younger. You're just cute. You just remind me a lot of myself.
Yeah.
You're adorable.
Thanks. We should. Let's go get mimosas or something.
Oh, yeah, you're 21.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah. Mimosas. You can never go wrong with mimosas.
So that's your song. If you could have lunch with somebody, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I think that's a hard one. I think I'm trying to think of...
She just made duck lips.
I did. That's when I'm thinking hard one. Who would I go get lunch with? I think,
like, who's inspired you? Who would you just want to, like, get down to know on a different level?
I there's so many people. You know what? I oh gosh, this is so hard. There's so many. Well,
Who's the first person that comes to mind?
I think I gotta get to know I gotta get to and she's still around. I gotta get to know Polly Baca more. The woman I was talking about, she's like a
Yeah.
huge civil rights, but she's done so much in her life. She's been a politician. She's immersed herself in civil rights. She's a huge activist for, women's rights. But just the way that she's so humble about it. She'll just casually mention like, yeah, when she worked under 3 presidents. So Lyndon B. Johnson, who else? Lyndon B. Johnson, Jimmy Carter, and someone else I can't remember. But she just is so.
Wait, you
so
don't
much
have all the
experience.
presidents memorized?
No.
Being that you've been a president since 5th grade, I thought you would have all 50, whatever, how many we have now.
God, no, not even. Not.
No?
History is.
Okay.
Yeah.
mind.
English, sure. Oh, you mean essay?
So where does she live?
She lives in Denver.
See?
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna try and get her at the university to come to speak at one of our civil rights courses.
I think you need to go say, hey, I would love to take you to coffee or lunch.
We need
Start
to.
that because that would be very impactful for your life.
I want to, because she's got a lot of experience in the political realm and just advocacy, community and culture also. So but she's so I admire her because she's just so humble about it, and this is just what she's done, and she's so successful. I mean, she's lived such a very successful life, and she's so cute.
I love her name.
So yeah, Polly.
Reminds me of my little Polly Pocket growing up.
is.
And now they're back.
They are back.
Yeah.
That was like My Little Pony is back.
Oh, is it?
Or no, Littlest Pet Shop. Littlest Pet Shop.
Uh-huh.
They're like a huge collectible item, which I never
Okay.
collected those as a kid. As a little girl, I didn't really play with Barbies.
What'd you play with?
I did I swung on the swing set. I didn't do Barbies. I watched movies. I did my Etch-a-Sketch thing. I liked
Really?
puzzles.
That's
I liked
very introverted.
learning things. Yeah, but I did not play with dolls.
What's your favorite subject?
In school, I like political science courses. I do like them, and those have been really interesting. I just took a religion and politics course last semester, which was very interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it gets complicated, but
Yeah.
it's so fascinating to see how politics have evolved or not over the years. But I like political courses, but it used to be English. Not science. I literally
That's why you can't do dead bodies.
No.
I love anatomy. I minored in biology.
I when I had to dissect in middle school, I made my crush do it, and I hid in the bathroom. I said, "You want to do this for me, please?"
And you look just like that. You gave him those pretty brown eyes and that
Please do
cute
this for me.
smile.
And he said, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, cool." And I hid in the bathroom. I told
you're
my teacher that when I saw her years later. I said, "I never dissected that rat, right?" And she goes, "Yeah, where were you?" I said, "I hid in the bathroom." I was thrown up. I cannot.
Who was the
handle
teacher
that.
who made the most impact on your life, or who inspired you, or who pushed you the most along the way?
Her name is Velda Spicer.
Okay.
And she was my Spanish teacher. But she is so we'll say it how it is. Do what you want to do. She did not beat around the bush. And funny story about Miss Spicer is I don't think she liked me my freshman year because I did not stop talking. I talked to everyone. And so she'd move the seating chart every time I put my somewhere new. But the joke was on her is I was gonna talk to anyone really. You don't care who you put me by. So eventually by the end of my freshman year, I was sitting by myself in the corner, and she pushed everyone else away from me, but I was next to her desk. You know what I did? I talked to her.
Oh.
And so we became, super close, because I got to talk
funny.
with her. But she's just so remarkable, and she always encouraged me to do whatever it is I set my mind to. She always said it how it was. She always just encouraged me. But I've had a lot of people at Pueblo West High School. I've had a lot of incredible mentors just in general. I mean, Tracy Samora also at the university. She was the alumni director.
She just left.
She recently took on a new position at Health Solutions, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was a huge mentor for me when I at CSU-Pueblo. And she really was in my corner for a lot of things, and I like didn't know what was going on, and she had been around for so many years at the campus, so she was kind of like my direction of like, well, this is what you do, this is where you go. And she was just kind of like my constant of just helping me navigate what the heck I was doing. But she was always there to listen and always there to give me advice. And she, every time, like, she knew I had a big event coming, she'd always send me a text, like, good luck, sweetie. And it's so nice to be able to have that. Because it's cool. It's just really cool. So I value her a lot, and I appreciate everything that she's done for me, because she really has been such an awesome influence. I've been very grateful to have a lot of awesome mentors.
You've had a lot of remarkable people to look up to and give you advice. What's been some of the best advice you've ever received?
I think it was advice that challenged me a lot, and that and in a good way. But I was always a person that wanted to, like, very by the books. Let's stay in this comfort zone. So when I mentioned earlier, like, taking risks, like taking initiative and just do it, and then if it doesn't work out, or like it's not the way it's supposed to be, at least you tried. And I think that's been the best advice I've ever been given, because it really helped me shape a new perspective on life, because it's true. I mean, you learn. That's how you learn. And so I love advice that challenges me. I love constructive criticism. Like, send it my way. Let me hear it. How do we deal this, build on it. But that was like the best. It was constructive criticism, but it was like the best advice I ever received. It was just like, don't be afraid to take a risk and just go for it. And if you don't know, just try. And so that's what I had to learn how to do, is because a lot of my leadership has just been navigating, what do I do? Well, this is what's supposed to be done. So it'd always be like, this is what's supposed to be done. How is it supposed to be done? But it got to a point where it's like, this is how it's going to be done. We're just going to do it my way, or anyone else's way. But like, yeah, we can't just wait in complacency for what do we do? It's just like, just do it.
Absolutely.
And if it doesn't go right, well, then now we know for next time, like, what to do better. But no, that probably that, for sure.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
I love it. You just got to go for it.
You just got to go for
Nike.
it. Yeah. Just do it.
Right?
Just do it.
Yeah. Now, what do you do for fun? Like, you're so busy, you're so involved. What do you do for fun?
See, that is always the hardest question for me to answer, because I say, like, socialize with friends. I love spending time with people that matter most to me. I'm gonna go bake some cookies today with my grandma later on today to make some time with her. So I really try to spend some time with people. Peanut butter. She loves peanut butter.
Peanut butter cookies. Are you gonna bring me back one? No, I'm just kidding. I'm dieting.
It's like a little bite won't hurt. Okay. But I think, like, for fun, I just socialize with friends. I'll try and plan something. I'll go to Fort Collins. My best friend Aiden lives up there, so we always have a good time. I'll go to Old Town and just enjoy the area. I love seeing him, and so, but I just I hang out with friends. But for fun for me is getting to be able to spend time with people I don't get to see because I'm so busy. So I try and do that, because honestly, like, an average day for me is, like, meetings from like 8:30 to 9:30, another meeting right after that, back-to-back meetings from like 8 to noon, and then class from noon to 3 or something like that, and then another night class, and then working at Bruce.
What's been the most intimidating meeting you've ever had?
Oh gosh. Probably I was really nervous to attend, honestly, intimidating meeting, probably like Board of Governors, for sure, because when you just become student body president, you're the student rep for your university, but you go to Board of Governors, and it's like everyone that makes a decision that has anything to do with CSU-Pueblo, CSU Fort Collins, and CSU Global, our online university. And it was just like, it was so intimidating, because I didn't know what the heck to talk about, because I just became president and I was supposed to give a report, and I'm like, I don't know. And so, but it was more of like instead of reporting on stuff that's happening, just like, what do you want to do, which I learned later on. But it was intimidating, just because all of these people were such influential people. I mean, the chair of the board is the founder of New Belgium Beer. I mean, she's like,
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And all of them are like, we have a former congresswoman who's super big, like, corporate attorneys. I mean, everyone is just so successful, and you're just like, wow, you guys are so established. You're so cool, and you obviously want to be able to present yourself well and speak eloquently. So that was the most intimidating meeting. I've had intimidating speeches before.
Oh.
Those have been nerve-wracking. Yeah.
And what do you do to prepare for them?
Well, usually when I'm nervous, I talk really fast, but I just talk fast anyway. But before I spoke at graduation, I was doing good. I make a lot of public speeches before, but that one, it was just, there was like 10,000 people there. And so I was doing fine until they said, all right, Mikayla Lerch is up next. And then I really was like, I really looked at everyone and I was like, oh my God, I'm about to speak for all these people. But I took 3 deep breaths. Honestly, that works. I didn't ever do that, but I just had to calm my nerves, and then I was able to deliver my speech. But the first speech that I ever, like, first public speech aside from school that I ever gave, was for Senator Garcia for one of his candidate platforms. And it was at Pueblo Diversified Industries, and I was supposed to speak on his behalf. And it was relatively, I think, last minute. He was like, I can't make this, Mikayla. I'm up in Denver. Can you speak for me and say my platform? And I was like, I am 17 years old, and you want me to do what? You want me to say what in front of, like, the rest of the people that are running here in political office? You want me to... I was, like, on the phone with him before I had to speak, and I'm like, what do you want me to say? This is what do you want me to do? And he goes, no, Mikayla, you got it. You got it. Just go say it. So I went up there in front of all these, like, super influential people next to me. I'm, like, a teenager trying to say this super influential politician's platform, and I want to represent him well, and it was just... that was my first taste of speaking in the community, but also it was just like, holy moly, that was crazy. But it's gotten better over the years, because honestly, when you meet all these influential people, they're people just like you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No different.
Yeah. And everyone's so nice. You just gotta be real.
Absolutely.
Just gotta be real. And I think I'm pretty real. Yeah. I'm just me.
You're so cute. Oh, how do I keep you forever? So I'm going to make you sign a contract after this podcast.
Okay.
And this isn't her first podcast. She's been here at Wake Up. She recorded one for the college already. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of a big deal.
Well, I just do my thing.
But I feel like you put yourself at those board meetings, at those bigger places, and it just keeps leveling you up. I'm excited to watch you and watch you grow into your future and where it really leads you.
I'm excited too. I don't know where it'll take me, but I hope it's something where I can talk to a lot of people, give speeches, and build connections and
make a difference,
make community and stuff, and yeah, make a difference.
What are you scared of?
I am, wow. I'm scared of. Well, I mean, like, just, I think losing the people I love would be, like, to go, like, really deep with it, because I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for my family, and my friends. They are so supportive, and I love, like, having them there. So that'd be my biggest fear, but I think as far as, like, aside from, like, that part of it, would just be, I think maybe just being not having a plan scares me. I have to have a plan, which is why, like, right now is a really weird time for me, because I want to go to law school. I've always known I want to go to law school. I knew I wanted to go to law school when my 7th grade class went to the old courthouse, and I saw my first courtroom. And ever since then, I was like, I'm going to be a lawyer. And so every single thing I've ever done my whole life has been to get to law school. And now I'm about to get to law school. I'm like, is this what I want to do? I think it's what I want to do. But now it's like, now it's there, and you're like, well, I feel like I have to, because this is what all my internships, all my volunteer, all my, like, everything has been like law school. And so it's like, well, now it's here. Like, now it's about to be here. Yeah. And then now you're like, well, okay, but, like, this is cool too, and but this is cool too, and so is this. So
many options.
There's so many things, mm-hmm. But I don't know, but it is scary to me to not have a plan, because I have to have that. I'm not a very, like, go with the flow person. But I'm trying to be.
Yeah, we're type A. I get it. What's something that most people don't know about you?
That, despite that I may, like, come across as, having it together, I don't. And so, and I think that's been, like, something that I've had to accept for a lot of years, is, like, it's okay to not be okay. And I think it's really nice to just humanize yourself with people and let them know that you don't always have to have, like, your best foot forward all the time. You're going to have your off days. Mm-hmm. But I put a lot of pressure on myself all my life to just, like, constantly be, like, the best version and like, presenting myself well and doing all these things and, like, making sure I'm fulfilling all the roles that I need to the best of my abilities. But it got to a point where it's like, I'm actually not doing okay right now. Like there's, a lot of external internal things going on, and it's important to address those and not push them aside. But a lot of people don't know that like I have struggles too. Like I'm going through stuff, and or I have, and I'm, it's just okay to not be okay. But a lot of people don't know that part about me, because I'm constantly trying to make sure that I am like being what I need to be all the time. But I found it a lot more relieving to just admit to people that it's like, hey, I'm kind of having an off day right now. Nothing against you guys. I'm just kind of like going through it. And then that honestly has helped a lot, because then, that vulnerability helps you build much deeper connections with like the people around you, and they really get to see the real you. And that's important, to be able to just admit to that. And so that's what I've like learned. But yeah, it's okay to not be okay. But not a lot of people know that, because I don't really talk about it that much. I'm kind of an open book to like my close circle, but but like it more so I've appreciated the people that are around me that have like supported me through a lot. But yeah, I'm human.
You are. You're an adorable human. What's your favorite movie?
The Great Gatsby. Hands down. I have watched it so many times I could say it verbatim.
Why do you love it so much?
I love the glitz and glam of the 1920s. Okay. My 21st birthday was Great Gatsby.
I was going to say, like, I could see your graduation party being that.
My 21st was Great Gatsby themed. I'm also just, like, a hopeless romantic, and so that like, love storyline is it's just so cute. But
do you have a boyfriend?
No.
That's down the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love watching the Hallmark Channel all day.
Yeah.
Like, that's my idea of a self-care day.
Yeah. Honestly, I love it. It's just like, oh, that's so cute. But yeah, that's great. There's like everything about it. I mean, and also like the symbolism that goes into it too. So you think about old money, new money, and there's just so many things. I had to do, so in my fifth grade, senior year, we had to do an analysis on a book, and it was either between a Shakespeare novel or The Great Gatsby, and you had to pick at random. You didn't know which one you were going to talk about. I was hoping so bad I was going to get Great Gatsby, because I knew I was going to get a grade. If I got Great Gatsby, I knew I was going to get an A, and then I got Shakespeare, and I was like, dang it, man. I'm like, this was such a hard book. Like, why did I get Great Gatsby? Because I love the book too. I just love everything about it. Is just so, it's just so glamorous. And when I see it in the movie, I thought it was just so. I love it.
You're cute.
Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, no boyfriend. I'm in my like focus on myself era.
Good for you. And you're so young.
I'm trying to just figure out. I barely have time for myself, much less trying to entertain anything other than that. So I'm enjoying doing me and just like doing my thing, and I'm surrounding myself with my girls and my friends, and having fun. I have the rest of my life to like be committed, but
absolutely
not right now.
Good
I gotta have fun. I need to have fun. Everyone always tells me, Mikayla, you just go have fun. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying. I'll get there, but I do. Like obviously the pandemic, but I'm gonna have more fun this year. Yeah.
Is that your word for this year? Is fun?
Fun, yeah. Fun.
I like it. We're gonna have fun in Italy.
We're gonna have fun in Italy. We're gonna have so much fun in Italy. I've never been, but I was in an Italian course, so I could learn some Italian this year, but I dropped it because I was just too busy. But I did download Duolingo. I don't know if you ever heard of that app. Try and learn some Italian. It's not bad. Yeah, but then I forget to do it, and then it just kind of... I know how to say boy, and that's it.
What's that?
It's un ragazzo.
Oh.
That's it. That's all I retain.
You just need, like, grazie.
Yeah, grazie, and
Pizza.
Yeah. Pizza. Yeah.
There you go.
It'll be fun, though, and so... And then after that, I'll start my internship and study for the LSAT, and just gotta grind it out this summer, and...
Awesome.
To get ready, but I've had fun. This has been like, Pueblo's been good to me. Every experience I've had has been so wonderful. I have nothing bad to say about anybody that I've met, and everyone here is so awesome. You're so awesome, and this community here at Waco Pueblo is so awesome. I mean, that meeting you had before was lovely. Like, I love the wake up. I mean, seriously, like, wake up when you're you're there. But the energy was super cool. A lot of positivity going around, and I admire that a lot. I'm really big on culture and community. And I love seeing that. I love seeing that in all the people that I know.
That's why I want you on our team. Yeah, you just fit our culture very well.
Yeah, thanks.
Very well.
Thanks.
Well, Miss Mikayla, what does the word influential mean to you?
I think influential is not only your ability to invoke change externally, but internally. So what is your impact on people internally? So like I said, like you can be super influential with the stuff that you do and say. But like, how are you creating a positive impact on people, individuals, more than groups? So like, what's your individual interaction with people? So how are you creating a positive impact with every single person that you meet? And I think that's really important when you're influential, because you can be, like I said, you could be the president of the United States, but you know, how do you treat like just a person that you meet on the streets? Which is why I admire my mom so much, is because she just is so influential, because she makes people want to be good and happy and better just because she is just that way. So I think you'll know when you're super influential when people feel good about themselves when they're around you.
Well, I think you're highly influential. I think anybody that comes around you wants your infectious personality. You help people make the best versions of themselves, and you're just a little ball of energy. And you are infectious, and you are
Thanks.
very positive. And to leave a positive difference in somebody's heart and life, like, it goes a long way. So just thank you for it's refreshing seeing somebody so young with so much ambition and so much leadership. I'm just proud of you. And I don't even know you that well, but you are just a doll. So thank you for being influential at such a young age. I mean, 5th grade, she's been doing this. But I wish you nothing but the best. And I have a contract waiting for you. Make sure nobody else swoops you up, because you are dynamite. You're one of a kind.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me on here. It's been so awesome just to be able to have this conversation and be part of your Influential Women podcast. Yeah. It's such an honor. So thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you again. And make sure you like and share this podcast. Let's get Mikayla out there, because who knows what her next chapter is. Maybe it's law school. Maybe it's, I don't know.
I don't know.
You have a bright future, though.
We'll
you
see.
go, girl.
Thanks.
All right. That's a wrap.